a pretty frustrating evening to say the least, I would have thought.
Yeah, I thought we were more than value of the victory. Thought total dominance of the game. So yeah, it's frustrating.
First half, Lincoln, you like to play the ball out from the back, and just occasionally those sorts of things are going to come back and bite you, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, but that's got nothing to do with playing out from the back. You know, if you pass the ball between your two centre halves and you have a poor touch, that can happen anywhere on the pitch. That can happen if if the ball gets rolled back to you and then you look to play the ball up the pitch. So I've got no issues with that. That'll happen again between now and the end of the season. They're good players, they're confident players, they can take the ball. It's not the first sort of time we've conceded a goal like that, and it won't be the last, but what we will do is on many occasions we'll play through the first press, we'll beat the first man, and Lewis will probably 99 times out of 100 look to play and be positive instead of obviously turning the touch into a negative one.
He had that one great chance, particularly in the first half. Particularly that, I think it was the keeper's legs was all that stopped it, really.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, they've had one opportunity, haven't they, in the game, and obviously that's come from an error from us. I actually can't think of another time they were actually in the box. Never mind, having an opportunity. I think they had 2 corners in the first half. I don't know if they had any in the second half, but listen, we've dominated the game. I can't ask any more from the players. We've hit the post, keepers made saves, they've been blocks on the line. We should have had 3 penalties. I've got to look at that and think, okay, well, if we do that on a number of occasions, then we're going to get the right side of the result.
Yeah, you had them pinned in for, I thought, the last 25-30 minutes, completely pinned in, really.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose it's one of them where obviously they've got the goal ahead, so they've got something to hang on to. I can't even be really frustrated about in terms of, I can't say, we didn't switch the play well, or we didn't work the back free enough. I thought we did. All them things I had asked the players for, we did. We just didn't score the goal, and yes, we can be a little bit better in front of goal, and we can be a little bit sharper to get our shots away a little bit quicker. But I'd rather be talking about that than obviously losing 1-0 and not really getting anything from the game and the opposition being better than us. That wasn't the case now.
And does that also perhaps show that, when you're thinking about the squad in January and you're looking at the transfer window, that, maybe you need another attacking option if there is some finance to help you get there?
Yeah, well, you've answered the question right at the end, haven't you? You've answered your own question. That's where we're at, and there's no complaints from me. We are where we are. We haven't got the finances of some of the other clubs, and we've got to find a different way of winning game. And listen, at the end of the day, if we get the first goal, I genuinely think that would have been a 4-0 tonight or something like that, because we were so dominant with the ball. But it wasn't to be. I thought they showed really good character, to be fair, the players. After the result and the performance on Saturday, it would have been easy to go under a little bit, especially against the side who obviously went to Hull and beat them. So it would have been really easy for that to happen, and it didn't happen. So they showed a lot of character. They're such a young bunch, and they're going to learn, and got no issues with Lewis tonight. I thought he was brave enough to keep going, and he's still confident enough to come out and play through the midfield area. So all apart from the result, I've got reason to be reasonably happy. And
the league itself, with how crazy it is, that great from Shrewsbury's point of view that they go to the leaders and the second place team and get the results they do. Hull have lost in the last in stoppage time to Blackpool on an incredible run as well. It's incredible. The league, it's very odd, isn't it? We're not getting teams with perhaps as much consistency as we have in previous years.
Yeah, and listen, it's one of them. We're in December, so I think it looks like that's the way it's going to pan out for the rest of the season. So yeah, we just have to get to that halfway mark, and beyond there it might stretch out a little bit, and there might be a little bit of a gap between maybe the top half of the table and the bottom half of the table. But as it is at the minute, like you've said, teams are prepared to go toe to toe with other teams and try and get results.
Watching TJ come off, he looked a bit stiff-legged to me. You got any injuries on your players?
No, he was all right. I mean, we were just trying to get a little bit more of an attacking play. We thought about Robbie, but then obviously, height-wise as well, they were pretty dominant. So if they did have a break and they get a corner, you've got to think about little things like that. So we chose H instead of Robbie to give us a little bit more, obviously, opportunity or chance of trying to get some.
I don't know if you've heard, but Sunderland, a clutch of their players have not been involved tonight because of COVID.
Right.
You got any concerns around that? Because obviously your team was playing them on Saturday. My understanding is one of the players tested for COVID on the Sunday. So you got any concerns about that at all?
Well, obviously not as we speak now, but obviously I think we get tested pretty soon anyway. I think the Football League, I think, are about to test us. I don't know if it's the end of this week or end of next week anyway. So obviously I'll sit down with the medical staff and try and filter and get an understanding of which players it was, and then we might have a better understanding.